Free David, man. F that BITC and then that. WTF. She her own child and now wants sympathy from us. Yeah, this video is probably gonna piss you off. I have been reading a copious amount of information from the David case, especially regarding the now 180, it seems, of the public opinion of David. Now, to me, this was an open and shut case because David definitely took the life of somebody that was very underage, but people are harping on very specific key details within the case, which is very much confusing me. I had assumed that David had zero defense, but I forget one thing. Same thing happened with O.J. Simpson, same thing happened with Johnny Depp, and I'm not even gonna get into the weeds and nooks and crannies about that one, but the same thing happens whenever somebody famous comes out there. Same with R. Kelly. Every single time, because of the overwhelming amount of fame of the person, the average person just wants to defend their favorite guy. Let's talk about the first beat of information, which is the fact that, well, Celeste's family knew about the relationship.
Celeste's family knew about her relationship with David. I am completely surprised. This is the last day of the preliminary hearing, and according to Detective Corey Feldman's testimony, investigators determined that Celeste's parents knew about her relationship with David before April 2025. The court also heard testimony that Celeste's aunt and cousin were aware of the relationship. Investigators testified that David even attended church with Celeste's family and had picked her up to go to the mall. Then came another surprising detail. According to testimony, Celeste's parents signed a notarized travel consent form allowing David to take her to London in September 2024. The defense also asked who else investigators determined knew about the relationship, and Detective Farrell testified that David's mother was aware of it. Well, we found that out on Friday, but I want to be clear. But as a mother, as a parent myself, I would be I am outraged. I don't understand how his family and her family knew about the relationship and they did nothing. It seems like they supported the relationship. For them to give Celeste a consent form to fly with David to London is crazy to me. Now, we know that Celeste's dad did an interview. I think it was for Rolling Stone, saying, oh no, I didn't know this man. I never received any money or anything like that. How can he say now that he didn't know David? Yeah, a lot of people can say, okay, maybe they didn't meet in person, but the family was aware of their relationship. Now, I first became a little bit wary of the family with the GoFundMe. They continued to raise the money. The mother was putting her Zelle so people can keep sending him money even after they were able to raise everything they wanted to do, for Celeste's memorial, for her funeral and stuff. But now hearing that they even signed a consent form is just completely disgusting. Seems like the preliminary is over today, but as soon as and it seems like this is all the information that we're gonna get. But I have a few more videos for you guys today, because today was just bombshell after bombshell. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. How much fault do you think Celeste's family has for what eventually happened to her? Let me know. What do you think in the comments?
I want you to picture this for one moment, if you could, for a second. Just imagine this in your head, if you could, okay? There's a very rich and powerful man named David, right? Black man, very rich and powerful. And he's talking to your younger child. Now, he is talking to her. Your child gets to speak to somebody famous. Now, did you ever get the chance to speak to somebody famous? Obviously not. I am not defending the parents in any capacity, but I can understand the allure of fame. Fame was letting all these little kids stay with Michael Jackson, and I don't think Michael Jackson did anything crazy, but I do think Michael Jackson is a weirdo for hanging out with all these children. At the minimum, even if you're the most diehard Michael Jackson fan, you gotta admit, it was weird that he had a dresser with all these baby pictures on it. Can we agree to that? Can we just agree that the dresser with the baby pictures was a little bit strange? And regarding to the beginning of the video, court testimony reveals that Celeste Rivas, the teenage girl that David is accused of life-taking, was pregnant and had an over a year before she was taken out of this earth. This got all the Bible thumpers coming out tooting strong, saying, this is ridiculous. How could she do that to an unborn life?
19th, 2024, David told Celeste that he didn't want anyone knowing that they were getting intimate until they were married. This was after his mom, Colleen, suspected that the first thing that Celeste and David were going to do when they saw each other was to do you know what. On August 30th, 2024, Celeste expressed guilt to David, telling him that she regretted having the abortion procedure and unaliving their baby. On June 27th, 2024, Celeste described to David that she was in pain when they had, you know what, saying that it hurt her. November 7th, 2024, Celeste revealed to David that they had been getting intimate for about a year straight. She would have been 13 years old and he would have been 18. On top of these specific messages, we're getting a bunch of visuals of David and Celeste, and it showed that they were really intimate throughout their relationship. It almost seemed like every time they were together, they got intimate, and David would keep tabs on how many times they had done it, even talking about this in text messages. And as you guys know, there was a time, it seems like it was December 2023, but it was January 2024 when she did have the procedure to get rid of the baby that they shared together. So it is true. Celeste was pregnant at some point, not when he killed her, but at some point in their relationship.
Text messages between singer David and Celeste Rivas Hernandez shown in court Friday indicate she had gotten pregnant at age 13 and had an abortion more than a year before she was taken from this earth. In one exchange in early January 2024, David, whose legal name is David Burke, apologizes for putting her through this. "It's okay," she said in a text. "Neither of us are capable of watching and taking care of the baby. It's for the best, no?" He later apologizes again before asking if it's his, and she replies, "Of course it's yours, David." The testimony came during a preliminary hearing where a judge will decide if Burke should go on trial in Rivas Hernandez's taking life. That's the whole killing thing. That's what's going on here. And he is going to trial, by the way. Now, we already know the details of the entire case about the fact that she was going to reveal the fact that they were in a relationship and that he got scared. So he stabbed her over 20 times and then just finger and all that other stuff. It's just really bad. Whole case is just disgusting. But we see people to and fro defended it, saying, "Oh, why did she get an abortion? Okay, she shouldn't take another life. Maybe this is karma. Maybe this is karma." It's just disgusting.
David did not kill Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and let me tell you why. But before we do that, I need to let you know, guys, in preference to my videos, that I'm not here to dispute the fact that he had a relationship with her. He definitely did, and he definitely is a... That's not what we're arguing.
My least favorite comments are people calling her fast or saying she knew and all this other stuff. I've seen crazy people just defend David. It's been weird. Now, the biggest point of contingency is that there's text messages revealing that Celeste was trying to take David's life. Oh, this is actually a plot twist about the entire situation. Celeste Rivas threatened to take David's life just one day before prosecutors say that he took her life, erupting over his friendship with former pal Alyssa Collins. According to explosive text revealed in court Monday, the messages show Celeste grilling David about why he wanted to remain friends with Aisha, I don't know how to say her name, and becoming furious after learning that Aisha had been at his Hollywood Hills home. "Oh my effing God, I swear to God, I'll end you," Celeste wrote. According to testimony from David's preliminary hearing, she also threatened to strangle David, tell lies to her father about him, mutilate his no-no square, and end his career and life. You ever see those memes where it's like you have to use specific language to talk about this stuff because YouTube will restrict it? That's what I'm doing right now. It kind of sucks. The following day, the text seemed friendlier, revealing David arranging an Uber to bring Celeste to his home. At 10:02, Celeste wrote, "Girly pop, I'm almost there. Open your door if you're home." 8 minutes later, they replied, "Gate open, door unlocked," and Celeste never texted again. David, however, continued firing off messages, possibly creating a tale suggesting he didn't know where she had gone. At 10:31 p.m., he wrote Uber, said, "You're here, where you at?" before following up with "Hello, bro," and Celeste. He later asked if she had blocked him, blah, blah, blah. He's setting the trail and stuff. Now, this is very interesting, right? I've seen people say a new theory. What if Asia, however you say her name, Asia, Aysia, however you say her name. What if Asia took Celeste's life, put it in David's Tesla, and then blamed her for it, and then David knew, but just had to deal with it? The need to defend this inhuman monster is outstanding. I've never seen it in all my days. Just the chutzpah, the gumption to just defend this man is just impressive. Anyone hating on David is an idiot. Free David. The worst crime possible is putting men in a cage, especially a 21-year-old young man like David. Now, I'm not sure if that's a gimmick he's just using to defend him, but I've seen people on TikTok go crazy as well, as I've been showing throughout the whole video.
David is innocent. I was with David that whole day, bro. David is innocent. Bro, we didn't talk to no girls that whole day. We didn't come in contact with no girls the whole day. We went to Checkers, got some food, came back to the crib, played 2K, and he made some music. I was with him the whole day. David is innocent, bro. And I got the pictures to prove it. You know what I mean? So, case is dismissed. Stop saying David did it. I was with him. I'm the proof. I'm the proof.
David won't choose you. I'm sure you're too old. Or maybe if you're thinking David's innocent, maybe you're just the age he needs. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Because you must be a child to think this man is innocent. This is crazy to me. The more details that come out about this case, the more angering and furious I get, knowing that we have lost the life of somebody so young and precious in our life hold. I need you to listen to me. They keep trying to show all these pictures of Celeste in makeup and all this stuff. They keep showing pictures like this, saying, look at this girl, this teenage girl who obviously anybody could tell this is what she looked like. I want you to look at this photo. I want you to look at this image. I want you to tell me that this girl manipulated and tricked David Burke. I want you to tell me that with your whole chest, mind, body, spirit, and soul. I want you to tell me that. I want you to tell me. And also, new stuff coming out saying that, oh, Celeste lied about her age. Celeste said she was 16. Celeste said she was 16 when David was 17. I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't be confused about an 11-year-old. And maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe I'm an idiot. But if somebody was 11, and they said they were 16, I'm 100% positive that I myself would not be confused. Now, maybe, and this is a tough maybe if she was 17 saying to be 18 and you were like 21, maybe I might give you a little bit of leeway. I might give you that, because that's manipulation. But Celeste was talking to somebody wildly famous. Not even sure how they started talking in the first place. How did they start talking is the question I would like to know. I don't know where that came from. I don't know, but this whole situation is disgusting. There's so much uncertainty about this case, but reading about it really pisses me off. Well, that's all the updates I got for today. Now some life updates. You can click on the video if you don't care about the life updates. Go ahead and go crazy. That's all I got about David. End of October, I will be at Youmacon doing 10 panels. If you're curious to come to Youmacon, that'd be super cool. Very excited about this. I got a lot of panels coming up. It's an anime convention in Detroit, Michigan, and it's at the end of October. If you want to hang out with me, watch some panels with me, or be a part of my panels, more than welcome to. Got 2 side channels. Boom, Cyril's Plays and Cyril's Side Thoughts. Reddit stories at the bottom, video games at the top. That's basically what I do on those 2 channels. Got a Patreon, just in case you guys want to support me on Patreon. It keeps me making 2 videos a day. Would really appreciate it. Only $1 a month to support your boy. All those links are in the top comment if you're curious about that. Well, with that being said, have a lovely day or night wherever you're at, and I'm out. Peace. Bye.
I'm your nigga night, be my loyalties low. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.